Kip, do you like Sabaton or have you heard of Sabaton? Oh, I love Sabaton. There's no doubt about that. I will play Sabaton on stream when I physically can. They are amazing. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to another Final Fantasy Thursday. I definitely didn't mistake it for Friday. You know, it's Thursday today, but this is totally planned. Since the last time, we have got our 90. Iconic, if you will. That, I guess ironic even, that we have our Samurai 290 before we finish base Stormblood. So, we'll see where this goes. I still intend to use Ninja. I might swap over to Samurai if someone says, you know, hey, you should do it during this specific fight. However, figured let's get into the next MSQ, the first of many. Favorite song? Oh, that's a good one. Probably Soldier of Heaven. It's great. But I mean, to be fair, you have something like Father, which is a close second. There's so many good songs by Sabaton. It's really hard to pick. Let's return to the front. Greater part of the Alliance forces have advanced to the peaks by now, but I expect we will pass many of our comrades in the road east. There's a checkpoint along the way, as I recall. We only identify ourselves with the soldiers in order to pass. So, no joke, after I did the Final Fantasy stream where I did Lakshmi, the day after, got Lakshmi. Like 2-3 days later, got Lakshmi again. Apparently, just right now, like, she's a very, very popular trial in roulette. So that was kind of fun. I was like, well, only done this once, but we're about to see. I should be able to avoid aggro since I'm 71. Best for a fast boost. A favorite meal to eat for dinner. Like, are we talking all time like goated meal that, you know, I if I could have consistently I would? Or are we talking about like just general like, hey, you got stuff in the fridge. What are you looking at? What are you looking at making? You know, that kind of thing. I also wanted to kind of throw out there, I'll be saving some gil for a little bit. I'm only at 800,000. I need to get about 15, 20-ish mil because I'm going to try and blitz my crafters to Omni Crafter status. Also, I was going to make for a Diadoko set for Samurai. However, as of this time, because Dawn Trail is so close to coming out, the other 90 set is probably what I'll buy if I buy that set. There's not, because Dawn Trail is coming out, because we're raising the level cap, Diadokos will be antiquated pretty quickly on launch as far as I am aware. So that is kind of where I'm at in regards to that. Go-to meal to make and eat. Renacida, yeah. So that's going to be the one that I would get instead is Renacida. And if anyone is looking at getting 90 gear and doesn't have Diadokos, it does lock you out of Alliance raids. It does lock you out of that last one in Endwalker, right? It's 620, right? You have to have Diadokos to get into that. Excuse me, to get to that last raid. However, if you're just looking for 90 gear, like the top for Renacida is like 30k versus Diadokos, which is like 300k. So it just depends what you're going for. If you want a 90 set to go into Endwalker, Renacida isn't a bad investment, realistically. Much easier than Diadokos. Right, and I just looked at the Ether Shards, and I'm just like, dude, these are 100 grand a piece. Like, now that I'm cognizant of how much stuff costs, especially going into Dawn Trail, why, right? That's kind of my logic, my thought process here. Can I do, like, Alexander Unsynced? Yeah. Or Unsynced? Yeah. Can I do Ultimate Weapon, you know, Unsynced? Yeah, absolutely. That's because your gear will always sync down to the highest statted gear for that level. So if I go into Alexander Savage Unsynced, right, and I have Diadokos or I have Renacida on, it's going to sync down to the best in slot 60 gear. So, I'm not an Endwalker, so macros for that. Right, and I'm just like, I think Diadokos is that has been maxing, that's not even going to matter, right? It's like, why? Pleasure to have you with us again. Happy we've taken Alagear and we've begun fortifying our new base of operations in the peaks. Give a shout out to the lads past. Oh yeah, because I already got the ether right here, thanks to Rev, Tamsin, Jace, etc. They flew me over and already got this one, so I've already seen this. And Walker Tombstone gear, get that. If not craft stuff, it goes right. Yeah, and if you have tombstones, why not just get the tombstone gear? Like, isn't when Dawn Trail releases, isn't there going to be a new tombstone gear anyways? It's the gear to bridge the gap, right? Like how instead of Alexander, you have like Shire gear, and it's effectively the same thing as far as I'm aware, stat-wise.
They laughed. Alliance and resistance
at least like gear level.
Eager for battle, trading jokes as we marched east towards the peaks. Beyond this last line of defenses lay the locks and the city. Breaching it would be no small feat.
Oh, the last set's Tombstone. Oh, I guess that is what 655 currently, so that would make sense.
The Imperials back, Just like that. And we liberated a village. The first of many.
Yeah, and I can just wait to get to Endwalker. I mean, I'm blitzing through the story as is. I'll just buy Tombstone gear when I get to 90. It saves me a lot of time, saves me a lot of resources, right? It doesn't necessarily make sense to drop 3 mil on ether shards and crafting materials for Diadokos, even if I was to hand it off to, say, someone like Rev or someone in chat, right? It just doesn't make logistical sense to me. He's much higher than the northern reaches, hence why the Imperials built Speculate Imperatorius when they did. I'm surprised I didn't butcher that word. See those 3 towers to the east? That's her. Sits right on the edge of a cliff, so attacking from the north is a fool's errand. From the south, on the other hand, she's no different from any other Imperial installation. You now see why Villadina was so important. Right, come along. They're already waiting for us in Alighieri. Yes, welcome. Yeah, I'm just gonna go get the current Tombstone gear. I mean, like, there's not really a reason for Diadokos, right? You could argue there is logistical reason to get Diadokos right now. However, I don't want to spend that money. I think that getting Diadokos right now is you're trying to min-max and you're trying to at that. Okay, there might be a valid reason because pre-Dawn Trail release, right? You could go for Diadokos because you're trying to blitz 100, like you're going for like a world's first 100, right? I got something for yes, give me after this cutscene. But like that would make sense, right? It's why, for example, when getting Alexander Savage gear going into Stormblood, if I would have Alexandrian gear, it gets me through a decent portion up to 70, right? So you don't have to necessarily worry about switching, crafting, etc. So I could totally see a valid argument for get Diadokos if you want to blitz to 100. But I mean, that is above my level of play. Diadokos missing some value. Right, and that's the thing is I don't think that Diadokos, for me, Diadokos isn't necessary. Like that, I don't think the benefit is there because I'm not even in post Endwalker yet. Like I still have to go through Shadowbringers, which is gonna take me a minute because I hear it's the best part of Final Fantasy 14, or by many people's admission, it's the best part. Base of operation for the Alliance and the Resistance. Most of the items found are on time nodes I can't access. Right, yeah. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna worry about it. Renacita's Renacita. It's 90. That's all I care about. Or Tombstone, right? It's 90. Because we'll get to Dawn Trail, and then I got to actually figure out how endgame rating works. I'm quite busy in our absence. Less than you may imagine, the Imperials flooded our coming, and we took the village without a fight. Your timing is impeccable. What about we discuss our strategy to seize Specula Imperatorius? Whoa, hello words. So we are fresh from the road we would gladly attend. Favorite musical? God, that's a hard one, actually. From what I've seen... Like, Rocky Horror's up there. Oh, there's one that's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, that's just Alphino. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Technically, there's 2. There's Alphino and Alice. Heard of the Flint. Looks like we have a meeting to attend. No, Rocky Horror is great. I thought there was another musical that was up there, but I physically can't remember it offhand. Like, there's something that's like there on the tip of my tongue. I mean, I know Hamilton, right? Hamilton is up there for a lot of people. I haven't seen the whole thing. Let us begin. Alighieri is ours, and for mercy, we took without losing a single man. But we dare not grow complacent. Speculate Imperatorius, I'm already messing it up, will not be so easily won. My general, we should we not pause to consider the Imperial's motivations? For Zenos to surrender a fortified settlement of strategic importance without so much as firing a shot is inexplicable, which is true. He does bring up a good point. We searched the village and found no traps or other signs of sabotage, suspicious though it may be. Not refuse this gift from our enemy. Path to Ala Mhigo is through the east, through Specula Imperatorius and Castrum Abania. It bears repeating, however, that the latter is home to a massive cannon with unparalleled range and destructive power. It's Junon Cannon 2.0 Boogaloo. Ooh. It means that we will need to strike Specula Imperatorius quickly, both to limit their ability to locate our forces in the field, and to utilize the installation of the shield against the attack, as they would doubtless not risk damaging the towers. Oh, but it's Zenos. He probably would, though. No choice but to accept what we've been given. So we have, I do have no doubt Zenos has something planned, but we'll have to deal with it when that time comes. Oh, there's no glasses. Oh, I can fix that. It's just a toggle. Yeah, I have a couple toggles. Like, I have no glasses. I got wings. I have dark mode. So that the main host will commence the direct assault and speculate Imperial Taurus. During this time, I would hold the Scions in reserve at Ala Mhigo to deal with the Imperial forces that may be dispatched in response. Yeah, that's why my horns are the way they are. They glow, along with the eyes. Fighting with you in the Resistance. I understand you don't want to rely too much on Kip after what she's been through. At least let us do our part. Respawn, no, you're fine. The Quindex, Chitty Chitty Bang. I hear Chitty Chitty Bang Bang's really good. Best Buy company, Alice, I can stay with Kip. Oh, go if you must. The two of us can take care of ourselves. It is Pitch's love cannons. Is that the meme, right? I don't know what I hit on my model. Ah, here we go. I don't know why my chat's showing in this scene. That's weird. Usually it disappears for a minute. This man, like, oh, poor Kryle. Is Kryle going to become not a small? Is she going to become a large? What are you doing?
Oh, my head.
Oh, those headaches suck. Just pounding headaches. Kryle got put in baby jail.
Let us see. So, she lives. Impressive. Or merely lucky, though that too may prove a useful trait.
I mean, the entirety of Master Chief is that he has luck factor. Well, part of it, I guess I should say.
My lord, what have you done to me?
You literally asked, do whatever it takes. Like, what?
Though we Garleans are intellectually and physiologically superior in almost all respects, we lack the hereditary traits required for the reliable manipulation of ether, hence our unique inability to wield magics.
Oh, is this where the Gaius thing comes into play, where he turns gold?
This deficiency, for want of a better word, saw us subjected to decades of oppression by the lesser races, and we were eventually driven to seek shelter in the cold northern reaches of Ilsabard. Fortunately, said region was replete with vast deposits of ceruleum, which proved instrumental in the development of Magitech, a revolutionary technology conceived to compensate for our disadvantage. It was with Magitech that we grew strong.
Nanomachine, son?
Our nation became an empire. Yet, ultimately, this was an extrinsic solution to an intrinsic problem. What I wanted was not a crude device to be used in lieu of magic. Through modification of the Garlean genome, I argued that it might be possible to enhance a subject's ability to manipulate ether, effectively empowering them to wield magics. Alas, my theories were met with consternation in the Imperial Court.
Okay.
Only Lord Zenos, with commendable foresight and wisdom, deigned to support my research.
You gave me this treatment, but I'm not Garlean.
Which is why
Ala
she
Mhigo,
survived.
through.
And that's what's impressive.
What you have been granted is far greater than mere magic. Before that lesser light, it is as a second sun.
That's why Zenos is so strong.
Ala Mhigo was recently occupied by the Resistance. and that an attack on Specular Imperatoris is considered imminent. This could provide an ideal opportunity to test her performance in the field.
Your skulls, was it? They have joined the garrison at the watchtower?
Yes, my lord. By your leave, I would rendezvous with them and lead a counterattack against the insurgents.
No. Even were you to leave now, you would not arrive in time. There is another duty I would entrust to you.
Using Kryl as bait? I could see that. Oh, Thancred. The fact that you got in there is actually quite impressive.
Found you.
No, that actually makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. So full of fire and eager, weren't they? Well, I wouldn't worry too much. They're strong and they'll have each other. At least you spared me the trouble of having to speak up. I wasn't about to let Elise go alone. Nope. I hate 14 sometimes. Sometimes the hitboxes are a little strange. So we should split up if you come across any Imperial soldiers. You know what to do. So you know, I sent word to our involved squadron. They're already searching nearby areas. We've allies, but we encounter anything beyond our means. Where are the... Okay, so we're going up there. Standing on the map table. This is normal. This is just 14 things. Don't worry about it. Why is that one grayed out? That's strange. Okay, because we still got a dungeon over there. But I know I'm missing quite a few dungeons. What the hell is that? I know that's a hunt. What the hell is that? That's amazing. I love him. He's perfect. Fine, I got the rest of it. I just got distracted by giant hunt. Fuck you mean? Okay. I guess we're going. That's fine. Grasshopper was like, nah, bro. Yeah, I think that's the spelling. P-O-S-S-E. Hey, how's it going? I sense a hot... heinous Pugnax, my beloved. Two, three, bop. Don't underestimate Doton. The A, like that DOT is kind of spicy. How you feeling today? I'm doing pretty well. I woke up, I thought today was Friday, and so I'm like, oh yeah, I got to do Final Fantasy Friday. Big boy. But as it turns out, today do be Thursday, and that was funny. I don't know. I'm debating if I want to do some of these fights as samurai, since I have enough kind of mount. Is that is Cruise Chaser? He is from the Alexander raid series in Final Fantasy IX. He's a mech. I can't fly right now, but he transforms into a plane. It's kind of great. That's an ether current. I want that. Any dog? Yeah. It's probably just like they're big. They're just fuck off massive. What? Did I totally miss that? Spider. Two, three. Yeah, you're sitting on his shoulder. He's just big. Why are we going so far up north? And I guess he has to clear out any sort of like spies or anything, yeah, or any pockets of Garleans. I guess that makes sense. We're on really far up north in comparison, though. Control and switch to like, I know. No, I need to get used to control and shift. I completely forget that I can do that. But I also do WASD weird. Like my ring finger is W, my pinky's A. So I'm like one finger over for most people. Any distance for now. Keep me advised of your developments. Those are involved. A pair that was spying us in the fringes has followed us here. What about you? Any trouble? And I killed some shit. Saw a giant bird thing. I was thinking about how he might be just a peace and quiet. Glad to hear you dealt with them. Hope to salt the Spectre Impure is going well. Best use control for it. It is. It's mostly me just not being used to it, if that makes sense. Well, there. The cannon's gonna blow it away, right? Like, it's gotta. Nice! Awesome! That sounds like an amazing book. The fact that Raban's on the front lines. What a conflict. Oh, wait a minute. Good base Pippin.
You've improved, lad.
I love this man.
Come now, father. You lured the fool onto my blade, and do not try to deny it.
All right, which one of them's dying? That doesn't bode well.
Our work here is all but done. What of Conrad and his men?
Or Zenos, don't use that cannon.
The skulls have offered fierce resistance thus far, but Conrad seems to believe he can convince them to lay down their arms.
Then we will tend to the stragglers down below. With me.
Alternatively, they could leave the front to go get the stragglers, and Zenos fires that cannon and killing the entire resistance there.
Report.
Enemy forces have overrun the lower facilities and appear to be mounting an assault on the main tower. We have already received a request for reinforcements. A unit of legionaries has been mustered and is ready to depart. They await your orders, Commander.
She's gonna hold the order.
Stand down.
Commander?
Tell them to stand down.
Commander, if I may, our people, your people are still in there. They will be slaughtered.
You think I don't know that? I want nothing more than to help them. To lead the bloody charge. But I have my orders. Lord Zenos said no reinforcements. He would have us use the main cannon to destroy the installation.
Once again, you can call these plot points from a mile away. However, the writing is that good.
What? Kill our own soldiers? You must be mistaken.
What is the cost of the Garlean lives at a lost installation when you absolutely obliterate the entire resistance force? It comes down to business. What makes logistical sense?
Lord Zenos yourself. I thought not. Initiate the firing sequence. Wars are won on the backs of the dead. Theirs and ours. There is no truth but this. We must remain firm and resolute and always, always do our duty. Now, give the order.
Right, no, it's a sizable chunk of it.
Initiate firing sequence.
It is, yes, acceptable losses.
Aye, aye. Initiating firing sequence. Release safety locks.
Deploy main cannon!
And that's the thing with any other, like, Garlean commander, anyone in charge.
Rudolph, Emlyn. For us. For our people. For our future.
With anyone else, you could have said they wouldn't use the cannon. But Zenos specifically.
I need you to confirm the target, Commander.
Zenos is different.
Specula Imperatoris, main tower. Fire when ready.
She's still having trouble with her augmentations. Well, if it's the main tower, I need to see what round they throw. If it's explosive, it's going to be a lot bigger of an issue. Sounds similar to the Echo, yes. Which would, in fact, be a plot twist. That did not escape my notice. But I don't have enough information to really speculate. Big gun. Big bullet.
What in the seven hells?
Yes. Well, okay. It was a
Long-range artillery.
less sizable blast than I thought it was going to be.
Those treacherous bastards. Their people were still fighting. Full retreat. Now!
Understood. All forces retreat! I repeat, all forces retreat!
Well, they made it out. Right, I made the Junon Cannon 2.0 joke. Main tower just collapsed here at 2, didn't you? Must have been the cannon of Castrum Abania, his Imperial installation, and their troops were still. No one's responding. I don't know if the shell's being jammed or they need our help. This way, there's no time to lose. Bird. It's worse than it looks. Probably wasn't even pull yourself together. The gate. That's their only way inside. I need to find my brother right now. That's a checkpoint. She cares about Alphino. She just can't show it. Glad you're here, Lieutenant. Yes, it's obvious the Imperials fired on us on Spec Imperatorius. I didn't think they had it then to kill their own men just to kill us. Gods damn them all. Where's my brother? Tell me where he is. I want to see him. He was in the tower when it was struck. That need not mean anything. Our forces are still evacuating. Many remain unaccounted for. Ala say, listen. There are soldiers wounded, dying all around us. Soldiers and families just like you and me. They need our help. Do you understand? Right, I'll take the north. You take east. Look, you said Weast, exactly. That's a Aetheryte? Question mark? That's interesting. I'm gonna stick. It'll stop spinning with you there. Like, here's not far. I'll make it. Either do not even breathe in my direction, or I will help you hide the body. There's no between. Yeah, they're very polarized in their interactions, and I love it. The situation is, yes, slightly foobarred, I would argue. Slightly. Shook better be from the tower. And the ward of House Fertal. About to go in the steps of faith. You saved my life back then and now. And walk, thank you 1,000 times. Thank you. Conrad, can you hear me? Now go put him down. Put him on over there. Oh no, they would definitely show sibling love by punching each other in the face, 100%.
Conrad, speak to me.
And this is going to be passing to the torch.
It was all so sudden. Conrad had just convinced the last few skulls to surrender when we heard the bang and everything started to shake.
And it's the shell shock. I hear alcohol helps the.
Carried the survivors to safety,
not
but Conrad.
Not actual advice.
We have done what we can for him. All that remains is to pray.
Conrad?
Is that you, Lise? I can't see a damn thing. Well, that's that then. Time's up.
What are you talking about? You'll be on your feet before you know it.
It's all right, Lise. I've lived long enough. But listen, I want you to lead the resistance in my stead.
So what did I just say about passing the torch? That's the one.
Don't say another word. You'll recover. We'll recover. We'll bring freedom to Ala Mhigo together. We're not going to stop here.
No, you won't. Everything we've built, everyone we've brought together, I know you'll show them the way. You've got it in you, Lise. Not because you're Curtis's daughter or Ida's sister, but because you're you. Because you're you.
She's consistently been really the only one that's wanted to punch people in the face this entire expansion.
Conrad.
Lead them to victory. To freedom.
I will, Conrad. I will. I promise.
Music direction here is actually really great. Very good volume up of the strings. There are so many other games and like things that have absolutely butchered a scene like that. Well, you're gonna have some Garlean soldiers that are definitely not not having a good time, but it's not like they can say anything because Zenos will just kill him. Keeps them in check through fear. And really authority.
Next round, double the charge.
I mean, they're still firing on it. Wow. Yeah, so they have different rounds, which makes sense. Stinian, how you doing? How you doing, how you doing, boy?
Nidhogg. We are needed.
Yeah, it is a Nidhogg infused spear. All right. What an absolute Chad. Just takes out the cannon.
That's the cerulean pipeline.
Impossible. How can one man... Shoot the bastard! Shoot him!
I don't think you know who you're fighting. That is a Dragoon. They do one thing very well. They move around and jump. You ain't gonna hit him. Not with a short-range blade like that, at least. Those are oddly kind of accurate, actually. It's been a while.
My lance has slain far greater beasts.
Accurate.
You're welcome, boy.
Final Fantasy Dragoon questline be like, will the real as your Dragoon please stand up?
Notify all units! I want that intruder found! And get the engineers to fix my bloody cannon!
Because remember, Zenos will probably kill that man if his cannon isn't fixed in the next, like, 10 minutes.
The savages are coming!
The British are... Wait, no, fuck, I can't say that. Obviously, that was clearly in jest. Yes, the Dragoon. When you Dragoon, you are effectively the missile. The Dragoon knows where he is because he knows where he isn't. Unless you're trying to jump out of an AoE. Because if you're still in the AoE when it hits, the AoE will still hit you. Because Dragoons. Could have walked away. Tried to convince them to lay down their arms. Tried to seek a peaceful solution. Showed them mercy, and this is their response. Fire and blood. This was their answer. Such crimes cannot go unpunished. They must not. As my witness, there will be a reckoning. Not really much you can do, though. At least at the moment. Now is the time for vows of vengeance. We must remain calm and rational and in control. The Imperials have demonstrated willingness to fire on their own. So long as we remain here, we are in danger. We three will see the Commander Camp's body. Find my sister and return Ala Mhigo. I don't know why. I just got the British are coming vibes from that. I don't know why. You kidding me? I fucking love the UK. Once again, I say an absolute meme. One day I'm gonna go to this magical place called the UK, to a magical place called Rotherham, and I'm going to experience the true European lifestyle. Right, that's one of the. Wow, we're getting real out of context today. I don't know what I would have done though saying that and just without Commander Kemp. Sorry, not here, not now. We should return to Ala Mhigo. Keep an eye out for anyone who need help along the way. Power of the frontline fighter and agility mobility. Yeah, no, Dragoons are built different. They're just... One day I'd like to go to Europe. One day. Oh, wrong one. Whoops. Well, I've been pricing out and kind of just inquiring about what it would cost to go to like Japan for like 2 weeks. It's like $4 or $5 grand. It's not awful. Special tank, the floor tank. He doesn't like that floor. He will try to avoid the floor at all costs. While I'm trying to kill you in yours, I half expect you're about to slit my throat. The hell's with this? I should be back home and Isambard not taking fire from my so-called comrades. And that is why you killed the enemy in a situation like this. Because I guarantee you, the Imperials and the Skulls in this fort didn't want to get fired upon. Like, that's not what they signed up for. Zenos is just I have both respect and disdain for Zenos. Scroll. I saw that. That was rough. He named his armor Iceheart. Oh, right in the feels. Oh, that's perfect. That is actually quite perfect. There's your first. I'm feeling a bit dizzy. Must have lost a lot of blood. You can go. You can keep going. These stupid, weird, fucking dragonfly things. They're killing me. It's so good. Probably over here behind a rock, if I had to guess. Well, to be fair, not a bad response, considering you were just, you know, you just got fired upon by a massive cannon. Tony's Game Land, take it to follow. How's it going? Hraesvelgr gave him that armor. Probably. I could see that, because we have there's definitely some stuff that has happened between the end of Heavensward and now with Estinian. We haven't really been privy to that. And Bloody Tourniquet came loose and was having trouble getting back on. Should be fine the rest of the way. Okay, well, now that we're here, we're still in 68, I think. Yeah, we're still 68. We're getting close, though. Diabolos players that often. It's oddly strange, right? I mean, I love Diabolos. Buddy of mine started on Diabolos, and I just kind of kept playing on Diabolos even when he goes on hiatus. So, I mean, it's interesting. It's a fun server, though. Very social, very personable. I like a lot of the players that'll come out. And just randoms and stuff will just, you know, emote at you sometimes in the gold saucer. It's great. I love it. Very reminiscent of, you know, the days of yore when I played RuneScape back in like 2006, 2008. And, you know, you had Flash 2, Wave 2. People were just, you know, follow partying each other. It was great. Started Arrows dragged along. Yeah, I feel that. I kind of just, well, I'm here now, and now I'm here. Diabolos is great, though. Definitely a queue to get in some days, though. Given the, we have given over Commander Kemp's body for safekeeping. Later, I have no idea when. Rites must be performed. For now, however, we must carry on. We must press forward. We must not give in to despair. All Alliance resistance units have now withdrawn from Specula Imperia Taurus. It's time we spoke with General Aldrin. Is the True Blood? I don't know. I don't know what the level 70 set's going to be. So fun fact, you actually, until, I don't know what quest it is specifically, you are actually locked out of the Dragoon armor for the set. Actually, it might be because it might be a Estinian set now that I think about it. Because I was doing all the class quests that I could to get through Stormblood, you know, like I ended up doing Samurai, ended up doing Ninja, so I was trying to do Dragoon, right? And there's a certain point that it actually locks you out of the class, kind of like Ninja does, but I mean, we're finished with Kugane as far as this expansion for right now, so it makes sense. That is the 70 set. I might really enjoy that set then, because it looked really good. Okay, it is the 70 set. That's what I thought. So that's probably why they held it then. That's probably why I had to progress the MSQ even further than Ninja to actually finish the class quest. These deaths weigh heavy on my soul. Commander Kemp's most of all. He was a wise leader. He was a patriot. Who above all, he was a good man who would be sorely missed. One of many losses today, asked for a moment's silence to pray for the souls of the departed. We all suffered a grievous defeat. We cannot and will not renounce this cause. The die has been cast. Hold tight to this grief, this anger. Let it drive you forward. Let it be your strength and your shield when you next face the enemy. Various far, General. Of that I have no doubt. Oh, there's a short story that actually explains it. Okay. You take another step towards Ala Mhigo. However, we must first address the question of how to deal with Castrum Abani's cannon. If the Imperials are willing to employ the weapon without thought for their own soldier safety, we must struggle to approach them. Estinian's going to come in stage right? Question mark? Final assault is out of the question. We've lost countless men before we even reach the walls. Would we recall the Imperials would have obliterated our forces had they kept firing but neglected to do so? They have no strategic reason to cease fire. Which does beg the question, why did they? Astute observation, Pippin. Absolutely. You suspect they were unable to fire the main cannon again, perhaps due to a malfunction? or one of the officers found the consciousness after the first barrage, or a henceforth unknown resistance faction chose that moment to disable it. There are many possibilities, but the fact remains that they stopped when logic dictated they continue. I'll just have to go and see for myself if the cannon is still operational. Words, holy crap today. Command, Connor put you in charge of resistance. We can't risk losing the other commander so soon. Know how you feel, Nago? I do, but I need you to understand. It wasn't long after Papa Lima and I arrived in Ralgra's Reach that Connor first asked me to join the resistance, and then he kept on asking. Every time I said no, I told myself it was because of the scions, but even then, I knew deep down that was just an excuse, that I was afraid for following my heart because I couldn't be sure if it was for me or Yida. Then I met someone on the other side of the world who had struggled with the same worries. As we traveled and fought together, I saw him grow and become the leader of his people he needed to be. Malfunction is the human airstrike, yes. Now it's my turn to do the same. There's not a lot of us left, and the ones that are, many are still wounded. We have to make do with what we've got, and I'm the best qualified. It's as simple as that, but don't worry, Naga, I'll come back. I promise. I mean, a leader that is just not afraid to get their hands dirty, that isn't afraid to actually do the job. Immense respect. Well, I acknowledge Commander Hecht's right to carry out the mission. I see no reason why she shouldn't. Why she should do so alone. Lieutenant, would you go with her? We wait your return. All right, where are we going? Oh, Lisa's there. It may not be the decision Conrad made, but I'm not Conrad. I never will be. Don't know what kind of leader he was hoping for, but right now, all I could be is myself, and that's honestly what he was really after anyways. If you don't mind, I'd rather not wait around people to and have people try to talk me out of doing it. Let's get moving. I know a good vantage point that overlooks the castrum. Young Krep's Hope. The ship's stranded in the rocks to the east of here. It shouldn't take long for us to get there. Oh, but there might be some ancient golems guarding it, or it might be an old wives' tale. Either way, it's worth the risk. Please, Commander, pray that you proceed with all due caution. Do not hesitate to call upon us if needed. Here's the ship. We have to scale the cliff face, get some climbing gear, meet you there. Lisa Monago, give me ex-girlfriends so you get back to you. I can kind of see it. I can see it. I can see the justification. I'm sure there's, you know, a Wattpad or a fanfic out there. I'm sure there is. There's gotta be. I haven't delved that far into 14, but out of morbid curiosity would state that yes, there is going to be many fanfics for Dola and Lee shipping. I don't think I've seen that. Oh, there probably is. Ninja the Black Mage. I would argue Samurai's the Black Mage of physical DPS. Like, Ninja's got some cool tricks, right? Like, it's got its little, like, it's got its little ninjutsu and stuff. I would argue that it would be Samurai. Additionally, Samurai, as far as I'm aware, is the highest capping physical DPS in the game as of right now. Reaper, I'd argue, is a little more easier to get into from everything I've seen. Doing damage doesn't require as much. It's pretty friendly as long as you know the rotation, but I hear Samurai does have a higher threshold if you're hitting your positionals and stuff. Keep you waiting, see you've met the golems. Look like the old stories were true. in a way, I'm glad. Very easy. Oh no, yeah, Reaper I would argue is very introductory friendly as long as you have your rotation down. But yeah, no, I think Samurai does hold the higher threshold. Not in DPS, just in playstyle. I could see that though. Like, as somebody that's had to learn the 90 rotation in Stormblood, it's been interesting to see how Black Mage has evolved from, 1 to 50 to, where I'm at 90. I keep forgetting people don't hit 90s until Endwalker, and I have Technically, 2 of them I've leveled up from level 1. I don't count Red Mage because I level skipped Red Mage. Like, I don't count that because that was an easy 90. But that was strictly for the catch-up bonus. Do it more than I expected. Oh, climbing can be rough. And there she is. None corrupts hope, the arc that one man made to save countless others from the flood during the 6 Umbral era. Oh, just this ship is just lying here? Wow, okay. I think that there have always been people who cared this much about their fellow man who accomplished such great feats, and people couldn't help but thinking they must be made up. Proof's right here, isn't it? Okay, that's proverbial Noah's Ark, got it. I mean the ship, I know, I mean you. Long before anyone started calling you the hero, you were here for those in need. Things for people, you did things for people when you didn't have to, sometimes even when they didn't want you to. And have been easy, staying true to yourself. We're all better for it, me included. Ninja, her high skill ceiling. Samurai is closer to Dark Knight for me, where the choice is making flexible where you can spread your burst, hyperflex movement. I heard that Ninja, and this is just, as somebody that, keep in mind, I'm not in Endwalker yet. We're getting through base Stormblood right now. The way I understand it is Ninja's very heavy burst damage, but is not optimal as a pick for high tier Endwalker content. And I guess ultimates are a different thing entirely because that's just a different beast altogether. I know Black Mage is apparently one of the highest magical DPS in the game, but I would argue Black Mage, you have to have a higher game knowledge, right? You have to know where to plant your ley lines. You have to know what hits you can and can't eat. You have to know where you're going and where the breaks in your rotation are. Samurai, I mean, I don't know. I have difficulty with some bosses in Samurai. I could also argue higher game knowledge would be required. I think it's Scholar. Is it Scholar? Which one's the healer? You have Astro. Yeah, Summoner's the DPS, so Scholar. I hear Scholar and Ninja are the 2 not most used classes in endgame Endwalker. Just skill floor, please. Yeah, exactly. I recommend like Conrad or he and my father. But I can be a friend to you all and fight by your side. It can be me, and that'll just have enough, eh? Oh, I'm having issues reading today. I mean, since when do I not have issues reading? Let's be real. This is why I'm actually doing this, because it makes me want to actually like read books again. It's wild. It's been a minute. But that being said, I mean, if you can go through ultimate content, you can go through high Endwalker content as Ninja or Scholar. I mean, don't let public perception stop you. Black Mage did it all in Endwalker. I was debating on that, but I'll probably do it in Dawntrail because I'm already 90. I got my 90 in ARR, which definitely made a lot of people scratch their heads. Think back on it, if we'd been standing in different places or if the shell had struck the tower differently, it would have been instead of Conrad or maybe both of us. Kind of monster murders their own. That would be Zenos. Smoke from cast from Abanya. Wait, it's coming from the cannon. Can't tell what happened here, but I can tell it won't be giving us any trouble for the immediate future. Still to use Scholar more often. I didn't run into a Scholar Sage healer duo in my roulettes. Double shield healer is a bad combo. But doesn't Astra also deal in overshields, or is that a different kind of overshield? I don't play healer and tank are my 2 not most played roles right now. I'm working on warrior. This is our chance to avenge Conrad and all the others who died in the tower, friend or foe. Take Ashmabani and bring the bastards who gave the order to fire to justice. It'll be easy after the losses we took, but I know everyone's champing at the bit to strike back. The right plan, I'm certain we can do it. Oh, Astra used to have shield, so it doesn't anymore. So does that mean the Joe Cat video is a little outdated? I mean, to be fair, that was like, what, 2-3 years ago? I was wondering why I didn't see any shields through, like, 55. So let's come on. Shield much different since it's been reworked. Right, and they keep reworking classes, which, I mean, like, I'm a fan of. I know there's people that are, like, they're really kind of against it. But I mean, I think it's easier to not have a 3-minute rotation that you have to. It's very new player friendly, in my opinion. But I mean, you can have discourse either way. You can have discourse in favor of it, or you can have discourse hating it. Job per expansion: ARR White Mage, Heaven's Ward Monk, Stormblood and Shadowbringer's Paladin, Endwalker Black Mage. I did I did Black Mage through a majority of ARR. I think I finished ARR as Dragoon. I think I did. I can't remember. I'd have to go check the VODs. Heaven's Ward, we did strictly Dragoon. Stormblood, we did Ninja because my Samurai was already like 70 by the point I got there. So I'm just like, I'll just do it as Ninja. Get that EXP to shore up the deficit. Hence why I'm a 71 at this point. I'm thinking of going through Reaper through all of Shadowbringers, though. I'm thinking on it because... Well, I can do Shadowbringer. I don't know. I'm still undecided. I still convince the others to strike now before the Imperials have time to fix their cannon. Give me that. I'm going to sell the material later. Finished 90 before finishing ARR, which is fair. I mean, I got to 70. I got to 71. I just kept missing the fishing boats. That's very easy. Shield is different, much different. Ending on Black Mage was most satisfying. I mean, I'll probably do post Endwalker because, right, each expansion goes to the level cap and then you have the final quest. I might do that. Puts Juicy on Zenos' backside. I don't want to get banned, so I can't do that. Needs to know what we saw. Best jobs are Bard, Bleach Eye. Yeah, I feel like Bard gets into some weird territories. That being said, if you're a good bard, main, I mean, like, more power to you. Like, I have immense respect for you. Black Mage and Astro both have much higher skill floor than the classes. Exactly, right. Like, I could see Astro, because you have, like, 3 different subclasses in a single class. You have to draw your cards, as far as I was, or apply your shields as well, and then you have to, focus on healing. Use it on a tank buster. On players, when you see... neutral sect, neither aspect of Benefic or aspect of Helos. It also has a neat shield spell, but similar to White Mage's shield spell. 1 shield on a 30-second cooldown at 74. Or more of an emergency button. Got it. Yeah, no, it's just an extra mitigation for the tank. I could see it. Feel the cliff set, Crib's Hope and Spied Smoke rising from the Cash from Bania's main cannon. I think Marshall Tarpin's right. They didn't fire again because they couldn't. The cannon seems to have been disabled somehow. Must attack Cash from Bania at once. Could be still be a trick, but if it isn't, we may have a better opportunity. If it is a trick, it's utterly baffling stratagem. Had the Imperials wished to wipe us out, they could have simply kept firing. Be that as it may, we need not risk everything to seize it. Say we dispatch a small contingent to infiltrate Castrum and seize control of the weapon. Enemies preoccupied with repairs, we may be able to take them unawares. Why did that rhyme? How could you, Pippin? On the other hand, is it a trick or token force will prove and elude the target? We'll at least know the cannon is operational. Seems worth the risk. How are we to infiltrate the Castrum? Additionally, such as this, men and women under my command have labored through a long cultivating network of informants through Garabanya, including Radiata. Radiata is home to many old menial positions cast from Abanya and other nearby installations. With the aid of our allies there, we can secure a route into the fortress. Resistance will handle this. You've recruited these informants, but they'll be just as happy working with fellow Ala Mhigans. And at the end of the day, it's our land, our responsibility. It's right by Conrad. Give me 1 second, chat. Be glad to accompany her, General, as would Alisai Kippen. I am sure. Pippin actually just be spitting fire here. It's great. We're all in agreement. I see no reason to refuse you. She'll make ready to march on Cast from Abanya. Go and may Ralgar watch over and keep you. Doing 1 solo duty on Black Mage without spoiling names of the context. 80 to 87 quest series stay on Black Mage. I will have to have somebody remind me, but I can definitely do that because that sounds epic. Actually, wait a second. What is my Black Mage 70 kit? I think I still get Polyglot and stuff. I could maybe shitpost and do... I could do 1 duty as Black Mage. Where the hell am I going? Once again, right in front of my face. My college speaking on your behalf would see my sister's forthright manners rubbing off on me. I confess my decision to volunteer was not wholly motivated to concerned for lease. No less Ala Mhigo. Castrum Urbani is the largest Imperial facility in the peaks you see, and so the likelihood that Krall is being held captive there is quite high. Dealing with that cannon remains our main objective, of course, but if there's even a chance that Krall might be rescued in the process, I would never fear myself if I did not take it. Picked my ass 7 times. I did the reworked, what's his face? The dude with 2 shields, the former quote-unquote hardest fight in ARR, the 8-man duty, before it got reworked to be solo. I did him as Black Mage. It took me like 5 tries. That man was rough. I did it though. I think I saw the VOD of it. I think it's up on the XIV channel somewhere. So to review, we're on travel to Radiata, which we will meet. Contact for group of Marshal Tarpin's agents. I took the liberty of reviewing intelligence reports while Kip and Lise were away, so settlement is not wholly unfamiliar to me. As the Vice Marshal indicated, the vast majority of populace is employed to menial labor in the Speculum Imperatoris or Cash from Obania. Perhaps as a result of this, the Resistance has long struggled to make inroads there. You have the right of it. They got a better deal than most Ala Mhigans, feeding off what scraps the Imperial gave them. Damn, I know of how Marshal Tarpin agent got one of them to turn his coat. I love him. I understand your disdain, I do, but I understand their desire to look after their families by any means necessary. Our contact is a rugged woman. She will ask us a question. After we answer with courage, she will know us as friends. Courage, right. Put together a squadron. I need them soon. I like that this game does utilize the system. What is it? It's a weak wine for the Thieves, I almost said Thieves Guild quest line, for the Thief line, right? I think it was Stormblood. It was AR and Stormblood, respectively. You had to use the weak wine for the contact. Oh, we're gonna play that game, are we? Okay, we're gonna play that game. Joke's on you, chat. I'm just playing RuneScape. Oh, that's canon. This is the picture of perfection. I got my purple party hat. I got my high Olagon set. I want to figure out if I can find a better dye for this. I do like the actual default look, but I'm probably gonna find a better dye for it eventually. I'm actively just playing RuneScape. That's my secret. I should actually be a high enough level to not aggro anything. I've heard the stories about, oh, you're prepping newbies for it. It's gonna be the hardest fight in ARR, and then all of you just mollywob him. All of you just go ham on him, and he's just dead. Favorite RTS? RuneScape is my favorite economic simulator. It's just an economic sim with extra steps. Let's be real. Oh man, I bank stand in GE constantly. When I get caught up on 14, I was gonna probably start doing some more RuneScape content. Next time we're in the Glamour Dresser. I know, I just haven't found a good one, if that makes sense. Continue Speculum Imperatoris. Like the black, like Jet Black would just turn Sheba. Jet Black dye would just turn it into the PvP set, and I'm just Yeah, no, I know how to do it. I just haven't actually found one that I'm kind of okay with, if that makes sense. Evening, how's it going, Falling Light? Yeah, right. Are we traveling to? Yes, we have to enter Speculum Imperatoris. Dropped to get ads and he just died. Amazing. All I'm saying is 2 can play that game. We're gonna bring Fat Cat into the fold, I assure you. I got Fat Cats. Oh, baby! You just made my whole day. The fact that I had to learn the 90 rotation is kind of wild to me. I still don't know where to kind of weave Amplifier in, because Polyglot, Xenoglossy actually hits like an absolute truck, and I love it. So I still got some refinement I can do, but I have the base rotation down. I mean, I can do, you know, I can do Alexander solo unsynced, which isn't necessarily hard. I've done Nidhogg Extreme solo. That one gets a little sus. Unsynced. The Demon Extreme solo. I've done that. That was kind of rough. So go black dyes if you want. Let me see what dyes I'm looking at first, because I need to actually look at the dyes and make a decision based on what aesthetic I'm looking for. Some sort of looking about. Fortunately, there was no match release. They were no match release. Radiata is not much further. Of course, in light of recent encounter, it would be prudent to proceed with caution, remain vigilant of Imperial forces. Probably after the Despair finisher. So how I've been kind of weaving it in has been, depending on how I start. So generally, it's like ley lines, Sometimes if I need to get the gas going, I will use swift cast, but generally I won't. So ley lines, Blizzard 3. If I'm single targeting, obviously Blizzard 4 or freeze, depends on the situation. Single AoE. Then I go to Thunder, and then I go to Ice, Blizzard 1, just to make sure I'm keeping that time up. Generally at that point, then I will swift cast into Fire 3, Fire 4, Fire 4, Fire 4. Paradox, which Paradox is such a stupid good ability. Fire 4, Despair is generally how that rotation goes. Then you go back to Ice, Blizzard 3. I'll generally go Blizzard 3 on OGC, hit Amplifier, then go Blizzard 4, then Thunder, then Blizzard. I kind of weave it in at the beginning, and I just to build up that polyglot count is how I've kind of worked it, but it's probably still suboptimal. Heresy? Yes, there's much heresy. It's not on keyboard. You ain't mastering. No. Well, even then, I click half my buttons. So no way. Use much I don't. Well, so here's the thing: is that Amplify it's an instant, right? It's a. Here, let's test this out, right? So if we go Blizzard, and we already have Amplify up, right? Extend the timer. Realistically, then I could Xenoglossy here. And then I could swap over to Fire, which at that point he's already dead. But that's kind of how it is a big hit. I've had to utilize, so in content like Nidhogg Extreme, I have to use it because I have to have Xenoglossy up. I have to have that extra big hit in there to make sure that I'm able to actually meet certain damage thresholds. Finally cast Ultima. I wish. Black Mage just cast Ultima, please. Oh man, I'd love to get Ultima. Well, to be fair, I've already been told in, what was it, 6.4, the Heart of Sabik was mentioned. I don't know in what context. All I know is it's not a dead plot point, and it was brought up literally in 6.4 or 6.5, one of those two. So the Heart of Sabik has been sitting this whole time, which is interesting to consider. Don't see any Imperials. Don't see smoke with the cast from Urbanium, or do you think they fixed the cannon already? Hopefully not. Oh, should have swapped classes because I'm actually burning XP if I do this. I can get through. I have to finish on Ninja to get the XP. They're looking for a Rogden woman, right? And that should answer the question with courage. We'll just have to strike a conversation with everyone until we find our contact. Let me know if you find her and I'll do the same. Only gives you a polyglot plug, lets you use Xenoglossy and Foul. Exactly, right. I don't know. Well, because Foul, I hear, is part of the rotation. I don't know at what part it is. But yes, now Amplify gives you one polyglot. That polyglot is effectively a currency to do whatever action. And the fact that you have that currency as an instant on a 1/22 recast, I feel that there's something to be had there because it's a very big hit. New cafe, or it's fine. It'll be baby Ultima. It's fine. Kind of like in the Summoner quest line, how we have to like focus on like Bahamut aspects, and we summon Tiny Bahamut. That one. You can see around before it takes a certain kind of person to walk into a place like this uninvited. With courage, I suppose. Oh, that's a supply these days. Better keep your heads down and go along to survive. Call me coward too if you like, because I'll not speak on it more, at least not here. Hey, found her. Sorry, I'd already out of behind those barricades over yonder, on the other hand. Spicy. Okay, so it's Xenoglossy is the single, Foul is the AoE. Okay. Yeah, so at that point, then I should have the full kit that 90s use at this point. Well, that's really for a trap. Either way, I'll find Alpha Note and Alice, and we'll meet you there. No, Xenoglossy goes hard. It is a big damaging spell that just does fuck off damage. I love it. It's just weaving it in because realistically, you're just wanting to get your engine going. You're actually wanting to get your gas going with your ice rotation. Thing missing is Paradox and Umbral Soul Management. Paradox is such a big fuck off hit. I love it. Bald, were you good? My ninja. Well, I've already finished the Stormblood quest. That's where you get Foul. So with that being said, because I have Shadowbringers and then Endwalker, hypothetically I thought I'd be missing something, but apparently this is the rotation to 90 because you get Paradox without any class quests. Well, and I know they changed class quests in Shadowbringers and Endwalker. I did hear that got changed, so I'm curious to see what they're going to become. That all of you is it? Let's get to it and name yourselves. Signs of Seventh Dawn, Friends of Marshal Tarapin. Name Stark, Stark Woad. Rest of you, Tony Stark. Rest of you know we wouldn't be here. This is about Speculum Imperatorus and the cannon, isn't it? So can you tell us what happened? Overheard soldiers talking while working in the mess. The cerulean pipeline fueling the cannon was destroyed by an unidentified male insurgent, they said. One man single-handedly disabled the cannon. It's beggars belief. Nevertheless, that's what they said. It took a while, but they finally put the fires out, and the engineers have been working night and day to repair it. I could tell you more, but the instant as everyone jumping up shadows, I'm afraid to say much more. To make matters worse, the Ala Mhigo help has been sent home indefinitely. Interesting. The cannon could already be fully operational. It's possible. You need to sneak inside Castro behind you to ensure the cannon is no longer a threat to our troops. Can you help us? That much I can do. I've placed together a map for the interior over the years. You know, for that there are multiple points of entry. But into several groups, they may improve our odds of reaching the fire control center. May few in number, but I have faith that we can see this through. Or just roll quest now. Magic DPS share the same quest now. Ah, interesting. So they just made it less grindy. No abilities after Stormblood need class quests. Okay, that's why I have Paradox then. Okay, that makes sense. So that's. Please, why are you standing like that? What's happening? At least you're scaring me. We have that which we came for. All that remains is to make our preparations. The Eastern unit will make for our primary objective, the fire control center. At the same time, we will enter the cache by way of ventilation ducts, whereupon we'll proceed into weapons research to create a diversion. If all goes to plan, our parties will subsequently converge, and together we will secure a cannon before finally notifying the Alliance they are clear to attack. Sounds simple enough. I'll go brief knock on the details. As you come with me, you'll need to deal with magic controls where you can infiltrate the castrum. Probably. I could see at least having a thing for tall, muscular women. However, Yugiri, my beloved. Giraffe. What was the old meme? I'm a giraffe? I can't remember it. Oh, it's been fucking years, hasn't it? Oh, never mind. Whoops, that was a giraffe. I mean, realistically, I could be using Mug. Like, there's no reason I shouldn't be using Mug, honestly. Jamal. What the hell did I miss? Oh, missed the thing. What about Eorzean? Remind me what that is. That name sounds familiar. I'm just not placing it. Is it yelling, I'm a giraffe past the camera? I think it was. Oh my god. Weird internet things is how I'm going to word that. One, two. I have Ninja Good Boy points now. 1, 2, 3, drop. All right, yeah, no, that makes sense. I forgot that. Thank you. I keep forgetting the Eorzean exist, being completely honest, because we don't really meet much of them. Being called giraffe because they're okay, that makes sense now. That's actually quite funny. Almost our friends. Your point of entry is just on the bend ahead. Last patrol should be here any moment. Once you've dealt with them, we're clear to advance, assuming they keep with their usual schedule. Might be prudent to stand watch for a moment after, just in case. Oh, best part of being ninja is you can just hide through a bunch of mechanics at worst. Jamal. Oh, did it start? It actually started in 11. Fucking Final Fantasy 11 sounds like it was a time. I did, in fact. Totally. Just forget the Eorzean existed. Don't worry about it. That was the boss in, what was it? That was the boss in, the palace. Not Mordona. What, the Far East. Why can I not remember the name? Wow. I'm really, really sad that I totally don't remember the name of it. Doman, thank you. Wow. Why did I forget Doma? Yo, why that door looking kind of sus, though? Why, Ralgar, I knew that you were that good, but I never expected you to defeat them so swiftly. It's the finest war I know, and I would like to think we have learned something from our time in her company. Now, where is the entrance to the ducks? Right behind you. I've mapped the branches, so you should have no trouble reaching the hangars or any nearby places. Thank you again for your invaluable assistance. Why? All I'm asking is, why does the door look sus? As discussed, Kit, we should infiltrate the castrum and cause as much chaos as possible. See, now that you see it, you're never gonna not unsee it, and you're welcome for that. You'll be thinking about this 20 years down the line at 3 a.m. when you're trying to sleep. Shove heroes away from Listener, thereby allowing them to safely reach the fire control center. Nothing else will return to the resistance forces and show them the entrance. May Ralgar guide you to victory. Last chance to make your preparations. When you and yours are ready, we shall begin. So this is gonna be the next dungeon, I'm assuming. You're not being sussy. Cast from Abanya is now accessible. Being a sussy baka uwu, if you will. All right, I'm assuming you guys want in. Party. Not the hell. I don't want to invite to that. Is it? No, not free company. Why am I having issues with fucking things today? Oh, I'm already in the party. Okay, that makes sense. That'd be why. I was like, wait, that doesn't sound right. Oh, hi. I'll start in just a second. What is that? How did you know? Did Rev tell you? I'm definitely gonna be putting that in my house. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. No? Think so? There we go. Thank you so much for that. I really, really do appreciate it. I'm gonna be putting that in the house later, because that is goddamn amazing. Let me make sure that I don't actually lose track of this. I'm gonna put it in bag 3. Man, yeah, go for it. Anyone's welcome. As long as you can physically do the physically enter the roulette, right? Like, yeah, anyone's welcome. Server jump. Yeah, it's fine. We can take a second. Oh, what is our current level? Should be 68 still, right? No, we are in 69, so we're actually getting to the last series. So we're probably in the climax at this point, if I had to guess from a story progression standpoint. We're probably in the climax, leading up to the pinnacle, the peak, if that makes sense. Yeah, no, this makes sense. Which means that I should be encountering some cutscenes. Had some mass dash away. I do appreciate it. I've been itching to actually get the Diablo. I'm gonna turn my. I don't know. So I want to see how they redo apartments. If they're gonna redo apartments, because I heard that Dawntrail is gonna redo housing. So I'm curious if, because I'll buy an apartment. Naughty Nonkamin? I don't think so. Let me check. Because I have Morble Seedling. I don't think so. When did it come out? No, I don't think I do. Not offhand. Cappy, but what is that? I'm gonna go put it on. I'm gonna put it on right now. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Oh, can you search? Oh, I guess you can. I didn't even know that function. The hell is this? It's gonna be goddamn amazing. So where did that end up? That's page... not 3. 1. I'm actually having to search. I have so many minions. What a wonderful problem to have. What is that? He's small. He very small. I love him. He diggy in the sand. I love him. Yeah, no, go for it. Step away. I'm not gonna start until everyone's ready. He is very small. I love him. He wander. Oh, they have an interaction with each other too. That's cute. Kind of like when two fat cats meet each other, right? When two fat cats will meet each other, they have that weird, interesting interaction. They just stare at each other. The enemies in Drania and Hullbreaker with the eggs on their backs. Oh, that makes sense. It is Diabolos. I'm currently on Diabolos. That is my home server. He's very small. Yeah, I'll go in as ninja. There's no reason not to. Like, I might be tempted to fight Zenos as either Black Mage or Samurai. I might be tempted. But I'll run through this. Yeah, right here. Spicy. But yeah, I guess while we're waiting, I actually started raising Warrior. I'll probably make that my next 90. It's between Warrior and Dragoon. I figured having a tank, wind up cheerleader and use cheer. The pet did not agree. What are you doing, step dance? I saw that. Oh, it's so good. I don't know. Like, physical range just kind of, I don't know. I'm not really vibing with it right now. Like, right? He absolutely ignored. Okay, well, if this is 69, so that'll come up in leveling queue, but that isn't going to come up in dungeon queue, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Which technically that queue I hear changes at a certain point. I hear that actually will roll over. I'm assuming that's when we get to endgame Endwalker. And I wonder if we're going to keep the Endwalker roulette or if it's going to roll from the Endwalker roulette into the Dawn Trail roulette. I don't know how that's going to work specifically. Because the game really starts, like, the modern game starts to show about Stormblood. So I'm curious what Shadowbringers is going to bring, and I'm curious where Endwalker is going to go. Level 90 and Expert Roulette. Okay. Dubelos. No, you're all good. Yeah, there's a reason I don't hop. So we're probably going to fight... What's her face? We're going to fight Skull Leader in this, if I had to guess. Is it going to bring the shadows? No, you're right. My goal is to try to get to Endwalker, because I want to know why the Garo Ninja are a thing. Like, don't deny it. Once you think about it, you're like, those enemies do, in fact, look like... they do look like the Garo from Majora's Mask. What is it? Fubuki plays... so Shirakami Fubuki of Hololive, right? She streams 14. I think she plays, like, Gunbreaker, but apparently she's, like, really, really good at Gunbreaker, which just... It's epic. I love it. I love that Hololive personality. Just plays 14 and is actually quite good at it. Just think about that entire interaction. Just works. It just works. Yeah, I'll probably raise Astro. I just have to sit in like 50 dungeons for a bit to do that. I'll go back to Monk at some point. I'm really worried to level Summoner anymore because I have not touched Scholar. And that's my concern, is that I will have zero idea how to play Scholar if I level anymore. So, I mean, yeah. Dragoon, Warrior, and Machinist are kind of on my list. I was debating on playing, like, I was told I could probably play through Shadowbringers as Dancer, but we'll see where that leaves. I don't know, I'm undecided what I'm gonna... I need to play a class that I have to level So whether that's warrior, whether that's sage, whether that's summoner, I mean, I gotta do something. Here now. No, you're all good. You should see that invite. Okay. All right. As soon as everyone's back, let me know. Because everyone should be back at this point in time. Most of it's just like, I mean, at least it's going to be an instant queue. I'll take it. I think we're all set. I think everyone's back. All right, I'm going in. Cool. I heard G2G and I'm like, gotta go. I'm like, wait, what? Good to go makes sense. Science stuff. This is gonna get sus real quick. Is that the Seeing Horde Spear? I love it. I like the Phoenix one I got though. That one's pretty great. I'm sorry, is it, are we actually just playing hit game Overwatch with Winston? Is that what just happened? I'm not a monkey, I'm a scientist. Electrical moving admin, right? There's going to be a sussy imposter in this game. I can already tell. This is in this dungeon, there will be one imposter. Oh, it's launching Zeta. Okay, right. Wait, I thought the ARR relic was Estinian Spear. I thought it was Gabolg. Somebody's sleeping. Like, I played a mad Winston in like seasons 2 to 5. Like the Winston, because Winston was a very big part of dive comp back in the day. God, I mean, I miss dive comp. Like, I miss playing Overwatch. I hate what Overwatch 2's become. Oh, here's the custom Gabolg. If I remember correctly, what the Gabolg becomes. It becomes way too shiny to see any detail, so I hear the pick is to actually just keep it at a lower level, to not actually finish the relic. Starts to get like changes to Longinus towards the end. Ah, that's why. I can actually hit my fucking shots. So I just want to just take a second to further note how the Allagons and the Garleans kind of are similar. Remember when we were going through the Aether chemical research facility and you had all the enemies that were popping up in things? I mean, naturally, I mean, it's the same thing of why, like, you know, oh, why do so many sword styles across the world? Why do they match it? Well, I mean, there's only so many ways that a human body can move with a sword, right? There's only so many ways you can physically do it. For example, right? Why do certain dual wielding styles, despite being on complete opposite sides of the earth, share some of the same movements or logic? Well, you have two sticks in your hand, you got two swords in your hand. There's only so many ways you can physically move, so I get that. But the Garleans have also developed Magitech claws. We have Colossus, I guess Colossi. No, it would be Colossus. I think it's Colossuses because it depends if it's Greek or not. And we have the same exact. There's a lot of parallels. Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's becoming. Yeah, I mean, I would also. Yeah, they are Allagon wannabes. Like, I've been debating on if I want to go back and play it, but I'm also like not super happy with Blizzard. But I mean, to be fair, I could say the same thing about 343 as someone who defended Infinite for a long time. Just not happy about the state of the game. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not a weird Twitter user at the very least, and I'll take pride in that. Because if you like it, play the fucking game. If you don't like it, don't play the game. Just don't ruin someone else's experience on it, right? Like, I regularly watch other streamers and VTubers, and they'll play Overwatch 2 and stuff, and they have drops enabled and stuff, and that's the game they chose to play. Do you think I'm, like, I don't get weird? I don't go, oh, well, you're supporting. Just, come on, man, we're all adults here. I think that's kind of my, like, big stance. Is just like, guys, we're adults. Come on. Like, this is teenage shit. Let's actually try to get along. It's fine if people have differing opinions. Naturally, there are certain things that... There are certain breakaway points, but that's far from one of them. We're talking breakaway points, like very extreme points. Like, Jared Fogle is not somebody that I would ever actively want to know. Let's put it that way. Primals and icons like the Allagons do. That is another one too, yeah. Click on the cannons and shoot the rotor with it. Okay. I'm not tank. I'm not tank. I'm not tank. One, two, three. I mean, it's really cool. This is, yeah, cash from bot. I mean, it's just a bunch of science experiments. I kind of like it. Ooh, hello. Wow, he really goes ham. I feel like we're going to see more and more of these mechanics as the game goes on, as the game progresses. Like, I feel like this would be exactly what, like, Shadowbringers and stuff will bring. No pun intended. Right, I forgot how to actually operate these fucking things. There we go. I haven't had to operate it since Stone Vigil Hard, to be fair. Things like this, I'm pretty sure I missed. Pretty sure I misused that. I need to get my mug up time. I swear I'm playing the game today. Alright, Cannon Team 2.0 Boogaloo. So I'm gonna go ahead and lurk. Yeah, no, go for it. Go ahead and lurk. If you need to get something done, I am streaming for a while today. Do not hesitate to say, hey, I need to go lurk. Hey, I need to go AFK. Hey, I need to do things. You know your own schedule. Do not be shy. There's a reason I stream for as long as I do. I'm gonna eat that hit. Oh, it's because I need to actually get off that hit. I always forget because you have to actually deactivate it. It's all good. We did it. We finished. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a ring. That was a mask. Like, that'd be a cool mask. All right, what's gonna pop out of these tubes? Agitech Pod. My beloved. They're saying it's not as great as it once was. And that's the thing, is that I'm used to, like... So there was a time in Overwatch that, you know, I hopped in, and I used to be able to fight 6 stacks of Torbjorns, and I used to be able to hop in, oh, well, I guess we're going 6 stack of Bastion, right? And, like, well, when Overwatch used to be fun... Oh, they're called hyper-tuned. Yeah, because what's-his-face in Doma Castle is also hyper-tuned. Like, I miss it. I miss the way Overwatch used to be. And, you know, then they went down to 5v5. Well, first they went to roll queue. I thought roll queue was an absolute fucking mistake. I do not like the concept of roll queue. But to be fair, it does fall in line with every other multiplayer MOBA-esque kind of thing, right? I mean, there's MOBA-esque elements that Overwatch has to a degree. Like, Overwatch season. I missed Overwatch season 1. I never got to experience quad jump Genji. Not quad jump. Yeah, it was quad jump Genji. I never got to experience quad jump Genji. They quad nerfed him going into season 2, and I think it was season 3 into 4. They nerfed his Dragon Blade from like what 9 seconds to 6 seconds or something like that. So that way you know, instead of you had to actually work for those team wipes, like losing out on roll queue, losing out on 6v6s going down to 5v5s. I don't know. It was just kind of a hard pill for me to swallow. It wasn't the same game that I had bought. Nerfed his quads. So Genji is in season 1, as far as I was aware, he did not actually have to touch the fucking ground. The way that they nerfed him in season 2 was that you had to actually touch the ground to reset your jumps. People were just flying with Genji effectively. Like they were wall climbing into jumps and like hella good. Random fried food tastes good. I'm actually itching for fried chicken. I don't know what it is. I'm really wanting some fried chicken the past like day or two. Probably go out and get some like tomorrow or something. Roll queue only because I'd be the only healer. But that's the thing. I don't like roll queue because you used to be able to on the fly be like, what is our enemy team using? Oh, okay, let's just switch up the comp entirely, right? And it felt more reactive. Now it just feels incredibly restrictive. It feels like it's only pandering to the competitive scene. You know, fuck the competitive scene. What if I want 6v6 on 6v6 just choose whatever, right? That was really what sold me on Overwatch initially, but I get why people still want to play it. Damn, so close. 1, 2, 3. And it is teach their own. There are people that like roll queue. There are people that like the current style of play. There are people who like the current game. I'm not gonna tell them that they can't like it. Butter chicken, onion mushroom, black beans, sweet and sour sauce, the ground salt. Oh, that sounds amazing actually. I didn't actually eat before starting this, so before we start Destiny, I'm actually gonna have a BRB to go eat. Because I thought today was Friday. Also open queue. I didn't even know about this. So I feel like at some point, I want to give it a fair shake, but I mean, I don't know. Activision, Blizzard, and breast milk situation. This is subject 24. Huh. Interesting. Did they change the fight? Okay. Oh, this is a boss from 6? Oh, a lot of references here. It's fine. We'll be fine. Are they going to change his damage type? No, he just does a specific attack. Ooh, hello. That's a stack marker. One, 2, 3, sweet on. That's fine. I figured they would overlap at a certain point. So I guess you just get to wail on him after his successive attacks. I like it. I dig it. Rinsing ice, ether loading. So he'll do the big hit, which then the healer has to deal with, has to mitigate. Okay, then he changes up his attack pattern. So it's going to be a grid. You ate that hit. I saw that, Tamsin. What an absolute legend. Air stir fry is dope. I'm glad it's good. I'm glad it's good. Okay, so I'm assuming it's going to be ice and fire now because that's generally how this game goes. It's got 2 elements. It's got ice, it's got fire. Maybe it might, or it might be thunder. No, it's lightning. There it is. Big hit. So we've done fan. We're doing a grid. What are we doing now? Stand on pillar. Oh, is that supposed to be a hit? That's supposed to be a hit. That's a hit. Because it will track you. Nope, we're going here. We need to get off of you. I can kind of see how that works. What an interesting fight. And then it'll start from the beginning, it sounds like. Big fire hit. What an interesting fight. I kind of dig it. It had a lot going for it, I think. Doomfist as a tank is stupid, but Doomfist was DPS, I thought. Evening, how's it going, Wendigo? Steak and rice. Oh, sounds amazing. I'm jealous. Yeah, I thought Doomfist was DPS. Have you played D1? I have not played Destiny 1, no. Well, so that's not entirely true. I've played D1 Year 1, back in D1 Year 1, before Vault of Glass launched. That is the extent of what I played because work and stuff got in the way. So it's been a kind of pet project of mine to think about going back through. You made him a tank for 2. What the why? Ice and lightning means fire. Oh, okay, so he used to have a lot of different mechanics. I'm dead. They moved him to tank. What a weird adjustment. His kid is very crowd control heavy. Right, but that's arguably what made him a very interesting DPS. So I don't know. I don't know. Like, an active Overwatch players are going to have a lot more insight on that than I do. Tank hit? What do you mean the tank was there? You've seen my streams. You know that I always become the tank. He's the worst tank. Right. So like what Xbox Wrath Machine. Yeah, I'd be playing on Xbox if I was playing. I know there's been a lot of people that have asked about, hey, Kip, you played D1, let us know. I will be letting people know when I do decide to attempt it. Right now I'm kind of littered down with projects and stuff. I wanna get enough React content out to have a safety net again is my big thing, because React content's how I currently make money while trying to build myself up on Twitch and trying to work up the actual brain space to write scripts for videos. I keep saying I'm gonna do edited works, but God, it's already enough work trying to get through the React channel as much output as I do. 2, Catan. Sorry, nothing can change my mind. I mean, I'd love to go back and experience it. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to go back, because I never played D1 Kingsfall. Like, I know that actually weirds a lot of people out. I never played D1 Kingsfall or Vault of Glass. It wasn't until they came to D2. And arguably, Kingsfall was actually in I didn't do Kingsfall till 2023 at some point. Until somebody was like, hey, let's actually just run Kingsfall. I'm like, I don't know it. Getting what day it is. You know what, Rev? You right. I got nothing for you. I got nothing for that. No, he's right. I totally forgot what day it is. Yeah, I can't believe Rev is late, though. Can't believe Rev's on vacation, and he doesn't even show up to 14. That's okay. I remodeled the entire house. So it'll eat at him until he realizes what I changed. Wait, Rev, you work? It's okay. You're going to find one piece of furniture out of place. It's going to be great. Vacation ended yesterday. Oh, so that was what the alcohol was for. Fair enough. I respect it. Nice. It's okay. I've only fucked up once. Capsule. That is a Garlean. Huh. Interesting. Kind of reminds me of a hunter from Resident Evil, actually. Yes, it does turn 10 in December. And Destiny, as far as I'm aware, initially said it was only going to have a 10-year plan. So I'm curious what's going to happen now that Final Shape is potentially going to be in a weird state. Was a Garlean. I mean, genetically probably still is a Garlean. Have a third eye on their forehead. Yeah, I don't know too much about it, but I thought that gem makes sense. The fact that he fit in there is actually kind of impressive, though. Two, three. Oh, did I fuck that up? I fucked it up. I still have to get used to Tenchi Jin. Not used to that. I would assume he hurts. He's a pretty big boy. After Final Shape. Right, and that's the thing, is like, so weren't that's the big sticking point, is seasons were supposed to be the solution for a lack of content. But now we're getting less, now we're getting episodes which are fixed for seasons not giving us content. So it's kind of just, it's left a weird taste in people's mouth. And we can talk more about Destiny when we actually do Destiny tonight. I mean, I have some seasonal stuff I have to do because the chicken's on rotation currently. The chicken emote. I need to pop true north. Back here. Ooh, I don't want to be near that. I'm going pretty well. How about you, Alucard? I need to not be there specifically. My inventory is going to be so cluttered from this. Did I shift the stage downstairs though, Rev? Did I? Are you sure? Are you sure that I even moved anything in the house? It's not where it was. Are you sure about that? One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. WoW or mayhap D2. I mean, there's always something to do in WoW unless you're already through your leveling. What is it? Leveling, PvE, PvP gear, and rep grind. As long as you have all those done, I mean, those are, as far as I'm aware, those are things you have to do. It's not centered with the memes anymore. So, well, what if I told you I didn't do that because I didn't actually move anything? So I don't know how it got moved, but that wasn't me. I've been live this whole time. Cool. Thank you for the run. That was perfect. I liked it. That was interesting. No, I believe it. No, he looked like he really hurt. He looked like he was in absolute pain. Big boy. Please tell me. No, it's not Kryl, because that had to have been a Garlean.
We're on our way. Lyse's unit should be advancing upon the fire control center in the command tower. Let us join them.
I mean, kind of reminds me of Mako poisoning from 7. Crisis Core went a little bit more into Mako poisoning and Hojo's experiments, I think. than the actual base 7. Not how it's spelled. That colonel should be French by that spelling, I think. They changed my boy Bastion. No, I'm not playing the game. Nope, can't make me. No, they can't have changed my Bastion boy.
Lise, thank the 12 you're all right.
And you. There's the control center. Let's hit them hard and fast. Ready?
I'm not sure then. I don't know about the end of WoW grind then, Alucard. Why is she not wearing pants?
They're here!
Why is that the thing that I fixate on?
Wasn't it? I gave the order to fire.
It was over. The skulls had surrendered. No one else had to die. And you killed them. Your own people. Your own comrades.
You're right. I killed them. Ansfrid, Rudolph, Emlyn, all the rest. Trained and fought with every last one of them. Good soldiers to a man. I gave the order that led to their deaths. And I knew exactly what I was doing.
This has to be. Unless it's an execution, it has to be a trial.
Why would you do that?
They died so that all Ala Mhigans could live free. That was all we ever wanted. We made a promise that we would do whatever it took so that one day the Imperials would learn to accept us.
But they won't. They never will.
Price. And if you haven't got the means to pay, then you pay with blood. Service guarantees citizenship, but citizenship guarantees naught. It's not enough to do your part, oh no. You have to run faster, fight harder, kill more and more and more, and only then will you be equal. That's just how it is out here in the provinces. You buy your freedom with blood. There is no other way.
Shut up! Shut your mouth! You don't get to talk about freedom. You killed your own. They trusted you, and you killed them.
That's kind of an actually big gotcha moment, actually.
Murderer! Butcher! Traitor!
Oh my, what motion, dear. No, she is.
Lise!
She is improved. Ow.
I know what you can do. I've already seen it.
Ow.
Alize!
There's a trick to it. You're also.
So, the odds are against me.
What are you gonna do? Retreat? Really? You would opt to retreat?
Coward! Get back here!
That's the thing. She didn't even guarantee a kill on Alice, is the thing. Unless that's about to open up fire.
Hero! Lord Zenos invites you to join him for the royal hunt, to be hosted at the palace. You may bring your horde, if you like. All are welcome.
I mean, she did do as she was told. So I don't think Zenos would have an issue with her fleeing here, actually.
She'll be all right, but we'll need to carry her. Will you help me?
No, I love Zenos. I really do love
I leave
Zenos.
matters here in your hands.
Right.
From your best Moogle costume, I saw that. Lord Zenos, ooh woo, why the fuck are you in a Moogle costume? Ooh woo, just for you. Belongs to us now. Not gonna people took Ala Saver not to receive treatment. 1 second. Oh fuck, I don't know what it is. It's winter. I shouldn't be having these issues with allergies. I'll just make a full recovery. It might be dust. I don't know. Probably have to dust. I should be happy we won with no localities, but somehow it feels empty. Because it kind of was. Reported General Alden. Kra wasn't here, but who knows? Maybe one of Raubon's men found something we could lead us to her. Can't hurt to ask anyways. Thank you, chat. I love when it mutes. That's the fun part, is when it mutes. Being edgy. I understand why she's doing it. She kind of actually bears, she has some parallels to Yotsuyu over in, I totally forgot, not Kagane, Doma, over in Doma. So, like, there's some parallels that you could actually make there. After Speculum Imperia Taurus, we needed a resounding victory like this. Thanks to your Agra's star still burns bright. Glad I really am, but you should know that Alice was injured in the fighting. I know, I keep forgetting Doma, I'm sorry. But I'm pleased to hear that she'll be making a full recovery. Fordola's parting words, on the other hand, ring less favorably in my ears. Nina wishes to invite us to a so-called royal hunt. This bull would be fain accept. Was Ulysses. Pauses between too long given the urgency of the situation. Kind of. It's a cutaway to make sure everyone gets caught up. I mean, that way we're not having to watch, you know, Lise like just redo everything. No, we're almost to the end, but we still got to save Krile and do much more. Find her soon enough. Pippin has the best men scouring the castle's archives as we speak. Suddenly, so it will take time to fully occupy the cache and prepare to advance into the locks. While we wait, there's something I'd like you to show you, both of you. This may be the last chance we have to catch our breath before the final push. We'll see why not. Come with me to Radiata. From there, we will need to follow another road south. Negative feedback loop. Fordola is a positive feedback that sees no end. We never guaranteed rewards. I hear the gear grind is awful in late game. Gotta go that way. I think it outlined for my first palm as long as I went. No, yeah, absolutely. You got work done. Work is all about taking breaks. Something I've had to learn in my massive streams and stuff that I end up doing. That is a caterpillar. No, I mean, there's parallels and diverging philosophies between Yotsuyu and Katsu, wrong series, between Yotsuyu and Fordola. But it's very interesting to see both of them and how they tackle similar problems. More like your sail. Kinda. All these years is still the same, but I'm getting ahead of myself through a proper welcome. We're still missing Shinryu. I know it's in base. We are getting real close to this conclusion. We're out here for a reason. Yeah, no, vibe. I need to figure out what I want to do. I think I have a sandwich downstairs, actually. I need to actually go do that.
I wanted to show you this house. My house.
It's been how long, Raubon?
You mean this is where you grew up?
Aye. Not much to look at, is it?
Actually, I love the masonry on this.
Same could be said of the village. It was damn near impossible to live off the land, barren as it was. Which is why so many of us traded our plowshares for swords. Swords and uniforms, mind. We became military men. Tensions were rising between Ala Mhigo and the Empire, and there was always a need for more soldiers to watch the border. It was only a matter of time before the first skirmishes broke out. It's a frightening thing to face Magitech armor for the first time. But after a lot of trial and error, I found ways to bring them down. After a few victories, people even said I had a knack for it. And then one day they hit us.
I saw that, Rev.
Hard. I was wounded and sent home to recover.
The old Ala Mhigo house, probably haunted in war-torn region. 200,000. How many people would actually buy that though? People would turn that into a gamer house, 100%. Rabban's memories. And this is where the inscription goes on the house, because I see it's missing.
Silent for fear of the Mad King's vengeance, of his eyes and ears in the shadows, and his knives in the dark. You, who call this living, dishonor our nation. It is but a slow death.
Where is Ilberd here?
Liberty or death? Liberty or death? If this be your creed, then raise up your hands, raise up your voices! Together we will tear Theodoric from the throne! Together we will reclaim our freedom!
I guess Ilberd might have been from a different... No, he grew up with Ilberd, though. That's Ilberd. There he is. Huh.
Send you home to men, did they?
Aye, sir. Garlean's got the better of us. The Eorzeans say I'm healing well, so it won't be long now.
I always mispronounce that word. Rabban sounds so young and not traumatized.
Liberty or death, is it? Tell me, soldier. What do you think those words mean?
We must needs be willing to die for liberty.
Spoken like a true patriot. But liberty should not be the end in of itself. Liberty is a chance to build something better. A stronger, more prosperous home for our people. It's not quick or easy work. And it is never truly finished. But if you neglect it, then sooner or later, you look up to find you've traded one tyrant for another.
Yes. We see that in history all the time.
Never asked for much. Never wanted to live like a king, just wish it were a little bit easier is all. For me and everyone else. And I'm willing to die for that, if that's what it takes.
Rabban definitely has a lot of survivor's guilt.
Dying is easy, soldier. Living is harder.
That is so
Rest,
true.
Mend. Regain your strength. You'll need it in the days to come. And mayhap one day we will need it too.
This is why I wanted to wait before diving into Ilberd as a topic for a potential video.
Conrad chose you as his successor, Lise, and I will not gainsay his decision. I have but one question to ask. Liberty or death? Those were Curtis's words and his creed. Will you swear by your father's creed before your comrades and the gods?
Liberty or death. That's all you can hope for in war. Father understood that. And you want to know if I do too. I swear to you, here and now, I will fight until the end. Be it liberty or be it death. But the freedom we win must be for every Ala Mhigo, even ones like Fordola, though they may hate us, and the Enanta, though they may fear us. We'll fight, and we'll talk, and we'll find a way to make it work for all of us. Compared to all that, retaking our home will seem like the easy part.
She has had a lot of character growth inside of Stormblood. A lot.
A good oath. And there is naught else to say. You are indeed your father's daughter.
Yeah, I know I'm going to love Shadowbringers. Shadowbringers is going to be great. Well, and this thing is, Stormblood is highly regarded as, people say it's the weakest or worst expansion. Whether that's your viewpoint or not, I mean, that's kind of public perception of it. So, you know, we'll I'm curious to see what Shadowbringers is going to bring to the table then. Even Blommy could say at least wasn't herself. Not that I don't understand. To be thrust in a position of authority under such circumstances, to be made responsible for the lives of so many, it isn't easy. And when you see your friend get cut down before your eyes, it only gets harder. We just thought Alcé was dead for a moment back there. 100%. No, you're totally fine. I think to risk your life for a cause, risking for another is a burden no soldier is ever truly ready to shoulder. Fear of the guilt, it weighs on her. And that's good. It'll make her for a better commander. But first she needs to learn to carry it, to not let it break her, to remember that some causes are worth fighting for. The fact that the light actually changed to brighten during that was chef's kiss. Chef's kiss 14. It was just day cycle. The widow death, her father's word, give me strength once more. Maybe they'll do the same for her now. Right then, I think I've said enough. Two of you head back. I need to stay a little bit longer. Yeah, he's got to reminisce a little bit. He's been away for a long time, probably wants to be alone for a while. Back to Radiata. It was pure coincidence, and that's why I love it. That was sheer happenstance, and that was actually great. The Yida was a writer's issue, just what do you mean Yida thing? Like her actually being dead, or what are we referring to? I'll kick him from the party in a second. That way they can complete the server hop. Feels like I'm being watched. If the Imperials are bandits, but I do know there's more than one of them. We'll split up. You head northeast. I'll head northwest. I'll head northeast. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Close the new expansion. And that's totally fair. That totally makes sense. I mean, to be fair, there's a little, as far as I'm aware, between patches and stuff, people will regularly go through content drought. Like, I fully expect people like Lucy Pyre to hop back on when Dawn Trail launches. Like, because when you do the patch, I mean, like, what is there to do if you're max on everything? Because I'm having to play immense catch-up to get some of these levels. But if you're already caught up, I mean, cool, I've done the patch. It's similar to WoW, right? New expansion comes out, spend 2 weeks doing the grind. Grats, I got my PvP, PvE gear, got my reps done. Oh, whatever. Try next expansion. She's seen us. This goes live to the Imperials. Hear how much raw burst damage you can output on just regular ads. No, I don't think it was necessarily weakness in writing. Like, I liked the plot twist. I liked it. Taking on another's identity to find your own purpose. I dig it. Jamal. There may have been things looking from whatever project. I wouldn't know then. I wouldn't know anything about 1.0. I've been debating on watching the cutscene compilation. They attacked you too, didn't they? I had no choice. Ala Mhigo not even conscious by the look of them, barely adults in some facts. Some of their faces look familiar. I remember they're from Radiata. They must have seen us when we were looking for Stark. Probably the Imperials reward them if they capture or killed. Oh gods, Alice and Alphino could be in danger too. We need to get back to Radiata and find Nago. Usilis, amazing. Is there another? There's a whole nother fucking area. You're kidding me. Wow. Not expecting that, because I mean, the east alone already had like a few really big areas. Mitten squad? I have not, no. It's final. Oh, yeah, I assumed it was the final zone. Final push. So you look ready to fight. Ambushed by villagers outside of Radiata and thought they might try to attack you too. Are you alright? I'm fine. Twins and the Starks. Alice was asleep last I checked. So you're ambushed by villagers, not soldiers. Did not see what we just did to Castro Mabanya. God's damn fools. We overheard you talking. Once who attacked you, they were young, less than 20 summers. Thought so. Always the young ones, the ones who have only ever known the occupation. They're the ones you got to look out for. Only decent work you found in Radiata is for the Imperials, and everyone knows it. Children grow up knowing it. They have it pounded into their skulls. The best they can hope for is serve as an Imperial officer. They fools. After everything they've seen us accomplish, they ought to be begging to fight in the resistance, not against us. But it's not that simple. Living the shadow of the cash in their whole lives, a few victories won't change that. That's someone who can't wait to spit in a soldier's eye, get beaten for the trouble or worse. Even so. And the ones that don't fight back or refuse to beg, well, they just starve. Beat the dog that bites master's hand, ignore the dog that refuses to do his bidding, see? In the end, the ones that learn to abide are the ones that survive. You may say it's all about to change, and I believe you. Many here do. Young man or woman who grew up only knowing what he knows has got every reason to doubt. Remember that. Do what you have to when it comes to it, but remember that. The sooner we liberate Ala Mhigo and bring it into this occupation, the better. Only then can we show these youth the things that do not have to be this way. Then when they know what it lives to mean, live free. We're going to build a new home for ourselves together, a better home than they've ever known. Here's my ether current. I saw that. I saw that pun. I saw that least pun. I've been thinking if Alice needs more time to him, maybe we should move her to Rhaegar's Reach. She can receive much better care there. After all, our infirmary is probably the best place for her, short of sending her to Gridania. And given what Mistress Woad has told us, I'd rather she not remain here. Settle, Nago. You see about getting us a carriage and an escort. Alpha and I should go get your sister ready for the journey. Mind going on ahead and telling Aurelia that we're on our way. We'll be waiting for Alison when she arrives. Okay, so where is Y'shtola? Because we are still missing our sassy feline friend. I'm certain this is probably where she's going to come back into the fold. Because she's still recovering from Zenos absolutely brute forcing his way through a magic barrier. And it's not like Y'shtola is weak in any capacity. Like, that was a strong magic barrier. So I'm very interested to see where she comes back into the fold. Angry, mad because small, yes. Get influenced by all this is no different than Zuko and the farm kid in the Earth Kingdom learned who he was. Was stranger, he was a surrogate big brother, Fire Nation's prince. Real brothers isn't there anymore, children. Yes, no. And that's ultimately why people need to leave children the fuck alone so they can get an education and they can build friendships and just be kids. Not have to worry about, you know, can't say certain things on YouTube and Twitch. Certain horrific events that plague modern school systems. You require assistance or kids being targeted by adults that don't know how to be adults. Very well, we will make ready to receive the patient once. Give me a hand, would you? Yeah, no, she's still sleeping off that sword coma. I'm aware. But this is probably when she'd probably come back into the fold. Is everything in order? Yes, yes it is. One quick teleport later. Honestly, Alpha, you didn't need to go about all this trouble. What can I say? It seemed a good way to discourage you from living off to battle while the rest of us returned. Listen to Arella, please. You need your rest. I know. Any news of Krile shall be crossed if you make her wait too long. As will I. Chilling prospect indeed. I'll find her, sister, and I'll fight twice as hard for the both of us. Kids in 7th don't know how to read or write, which is one of the most free things you can provide a child. Yeah, that. Well, part of that was COVID shutting the world down and suddenly yanking kids from public schools to parents that, and there are parents that absolutely tried their best. There are parents that didn't give a shit. Part of that is an issue. Like, as an educator, you can only do so much, and if certain macro factors start impacting, well, we have to move everything online. We have to move everything here. What if the kids aren't getting attention at home? What if, there's not any strict, like, let's be real, right? In 7th grade, would you rather play fucking Minecraft or would you rather listen to another lecture on variables, right? Me, nowadays, oh god, I'd love to listen to a lecture on variables. However, as a kid, fuck, you're gonna play Minecraft. So, I mean, there's not that supervision. There's not that, there's not that strictness. There's not that rigidity to a schedule. And absolutely, online schooling can work and does work, in fact. There's got to be balance and oversight, though. And even then, nowadays, we have ChatGPT that a lot of kids are just using. We've seen a lawyer use ChatGPT to write, what was it, a legal brief? And that was memed into the ground. That was awful. But, I mean, talking with educators, I mean, yeah, there's absolute teachers I know, right? There's ways that they're preventing and catching kids from just using ChatGPT. Like, and even then, I mean, it's not just COVID. There has been a decline for a solid number of years at this point. When they're not each other's throats, I miss that feeling. Yeah. Would you mind waiting outside for me? It wouldn't be a moment. Yes, I will wait. What was happening? Why are you gonna punch me again? At least don't do this. I love that I grew up with shows like Avatar, Titans, Titans, others perceived as value education yourself, provide more freedom. Yeah, exactly. Right. But I would argue your average kid doesn't see it as such. And that's not necessarily a failing because kids are allowed to be kids. I had to grow up a lot faster than a lot of other people from the amount of shit that I had to go through. And even then, people went through more shit than I did. Like, I get it. Being a former gifted kid that everyone had high hopes for, right? Like, I had to grow up a lot faster than anyone else my age. I wonder if striking a stone target would be bad for the health of the weapon. Baited on it. Outfit change. Let's go. I don't like where this is going. I like the shoes.
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
Look. I know you think this is going to go a certain way, but your average person, they're thinking this is going to go another way. Also, the fan artists are going to have a field day. How's that former gifted kid burnout treating you? Oh, awful.
I know it's a bit old-fashioned, but in a traditional sort of way, Ida wore it whenever she could. Not that I'm pretending to be her or anything. Not again. It's just, if this is the last battle we fight to free Ala Mhigo, then she ought to be a part of it.
No, I respect it. Wasn't this in the trailer, too?
It's nice of you to say so. And a bit embarrassing. But mostly nice.
That's the one. Better than most. Right.
The reason I asked you here was to sneak in a warm-up before the final battle. There's this place I know where monks used to spar as part of their training. Care to join me?
Oh, so we're going to recreate the scene from the trailer. And here I was thinking that it was just for show. It was just theatrics. But no, we're actually going to be doing the trailer. Yeah, ironic that sometimes kids handle situations better than adults. Yeah, it sucks having to grow up too fast is all I'm going to say. Nah. I couldn't have swapped to monk. Actually, I'd be too low level. I can only level so many classes so quick. Besides, this is very Kip. As a caster, though, oh, it'd be so strange. It'd be so. I'll have to go do it when I have to go back through the cutscenes and stuff. I'll have to do it. Okay, but you have to admit that that was fun. Thank you. You're the best kind of friend. And then that ties into the trailer, making you go back and watch the trailer to see what actually happened. Best kind of friend. And that's not afraid to knock some sense into you. The best friends. Best friends are the ones that will either stab you or punch you, knock your lights out. But they do it because they care about you. I also settled in the time we were joining the fight. Though actually, maybe you and Alphinaud should go ahead without me. I need to talk strategy with the officers. Might take a while. Hitbox, how could you? Fists versus knives is hardly fair. You're right, those fists have a massive advantage. Kratos middle-aged. I don't know, have you heard that the thing on TikTok is calling, like, what is it? It's dad rock or whatever? And it's shit like Green Day and what else is there? Rev will know what I'm talking about. But they're calling it like dad rock now. I'm just like, excuse you? What are you calling dad rock? Yeah, Linkin Park, Green Day, all that is just now dad rock or like divorced dad rock. And I'm just like, excuse you? What the hell? The hell are you talking about? Sparring match on the Destroyer's Airy Palm. I would like to see that. Oh, my nose is itching. Sorry, give me a second. She's lingered here long enough for me to depart when you are. Take care of you two. Don't do anything I wouldn't. Not fair enough. You better not rise from the bed until you're given express permission to do so, or your usher will be paying you a visit soon. And he's already worried enough as is. Well, we got caught for being foot and Lynn Skinner. Yeah, that is also fair. People were referring to the late 90s as the late 1900s. I saw a meme. It was like, oh, Chadbert, you spoil me. I'll open up our finest crystal Pepsi. Ah, yes. Shall we go back and play a round of Super Smash Brothers Melee, my good sir? And it was, oh my god, it's perfect. The whole... I can now just be an eccentric fuck. It's what that's coming down to. Oh, I hate it. Oh, crack open our finest vintage, if you will. Yes, the Mountain Dew with the Master Chief on it. Let's just get out the fine china. It's actually just like video game like plastic cups. Oh god, the finest vintage of Dunkaroos. I don't think I've actually had Dunkaroos though. That one is a little beyond me, but I want to try it at some point. That shit sounds amazing. Growing up too fast, many problems I had, plus loving history, everyone else thinking I was wrong for liking other shit, plus liking video games and anime is a great equation. That's the thing that fucks with me to this day, is that back in my day, if I fucking told somebody I liked anime like Inuyasha or Naruto, I was fucking bullied. Let's be real. Like we're not even gonna sugarcoat that. I was a license for me to get bullied by them. Nowadays we have like Jujutsu Kaisen and Naruto Boruto merch just out. Just on shelves, and people like that this is normal, and I'm like, what the hell? You put the Master Chief in the soda. Yes, accurate. If I can find the fucking connector. Vintage Mountain Dew live wire. Yes. My day, you got hard bullied if you wore an anime shirt. I was told not to bring, legitimately, not to bring a Naruto headband to school because it'd be seen as gang paraphernalia. Let's put it that way. That was a legit conversation I had to have with school staff. School staff did not like me. Last month by proxy, someone born in 2005 had more of an existential crisis from that. Right, like the accident. Okay, fuck, it's an accident. What do you mean they're 2005? That, yeah. No, I bring my Pokemon Diamond and Pearl strategy guide. I don't know. At a certain point, I just kind of said fuck public perception, and that's why I ended up doing a lot of shit the way that I did. Like I brought like manga to school. I brought my DS. I remember playing Pokemon Black and White in school, Heart Gold, Soul Silver in class. Oh, even though I shouldn't have, but yeah, no, I was built different, if you will. Anime being neurodivergent, being not straight, your name it, had a license to mess with me, but I also grew up to be an extremely open-minded person from this stuff. Right, exactly. I mean, like, I would, at the end of the day, I would argue that I'm a reasonable person. I think that it's the unfortunate reality that people will take that too far. Like, for example, I will ask a basic question, right? Or someone will try to reach out, and suddenly it turns into like a trauma dump, and they send me paragraphs of shit, or ask a simple question, and then it turns into or even some, you know, trying to talk about myself for a minute, right? Because maybe someone's like, hey, let's talk for a minute, right? Okay, sure. And then it ends up completely just diverting, and suddenly now I'm having to talk about their issues and their problems, and I'm just like, I do a lot of stuff on stream. Like, I have a lot of serious conversations. I really can't relax. I talked about this last night a little bit with somebody. It's like I have this like weird ability for people that just, they open up to me, like, regardless, like, to the point that it's like, look, you're probably under NDA or probably should be observing OPSEC for this specific thing that we're discussing, right? Like, and I'm not, like, I love that people feel like they can talk to me. It really just feels interesting because I'll go to a gas station, right? And like, I can feel the dude next to me with the truck. He wants to speak to me. I can feel it. And then he starts a conversation with me, and I'm just like, in my head, I was like, homie, I'm just getting gas. But we get into a conversation. We strike up a conversation, and we're talking about gas prices, and, you know, I wish he has a good day. And it seems like it made his day better. So despite me not necessarily wanting to have that social interaction, it made the other guy's day better. So, I mean, I consider that a net positive. Platinum's track. Oh, yeah. Big fuck off guide. The hell is that? What are you on? Oh, it's the fucking wolf thing. I don't know. It's flying, right? Reasonable till bullying is yeah, no, like, I'm reasonable to a point, but once we cross a certain barrier, I will not hesitate to just let someone know that I'm not in a good mood, if that makes sense. If I just sister, you know, there might be therapists for some people. Fuck, I'm not licensed for one. I wish I could get paid enough. Her rapier wit remains undulled for better or worse. Any developments in our absence. Like video games and other sports, not it's the gold era of video games, so I went, yeah, that's fair. Proud to say that Castrum Abane is now wholly under our control. At present, we're taking stock of energy supplies and distributing them amongst our men. Look, here's the thing, like, people peak in high school 100%. Like, there are people I went to high school with that are dumb. Like, they're actually, like, clinically dumb. They're really dumb. And this is tragic. Someone I went to high school with, apparently they were working sewage or something like that, and I don't think they wore proper PPE, and they just died face down in sewage. Tragic. I'm not going to say it's not tragic. These are the people that I went to high school with, is all I'm going to say. Sifting through the officers' documents, we learned that the unit of skulls under Fordola's command has passed through the cash room en route to the capital, single prisoner in their custody. Has to be her. In all likelihood, yes, you'll be glad to hear that the tunnel leading to the locks has been secured by our soldiers, now safe for travel. Final place, a good piece of good news. Reinforcements from the 4 Alliance nations have arrived and joined the main host, which established a new base of operations in the locks. Commander Heck should be arriving soon. Yes, when she does, we will call a meeting to discuss the final stage of Augur's Beacon. From when I was a kid, now they're mostly cringe. Yeah, like modern. I mean, there's still some good modern games. RE4 remake, Dead Space remake, right? There's still some gems, but you have to sift through all the crap. And AAA is not a necessarily faith-inducing label anymore. In fact, if something says it's AAA, generally I shy away from it. Baldur's Gate 3, absolute best game in modern time, in my opinion. As somebody that is awful at it. Ala Mhigo folk dress ever fitting and well fitting, might I add. Oh, Alpha, no, we know about your memory. We know about you drawing people. Oh no. I'll read it myself. Oh, absolutely. I understand having a cheap bad game become one of your favorite games. I would argue one of my favorite games is Gundam Dynasty Warriors 3. It's not AAA. Like, it's got big IP behind it. It's Dynasty Warriors. But, like, I mean, someone could play it and just be like, nah, this isn't my game. And that's completely fine. I like it. I think it's one of the best games I've ever played, personally. I liked it. The theme fit. you felt like you were powerful in your mobile suit. It was great. I intend to stream it at some point. Ooh, I like the setting for this.
I remember my father's words, how they rang in my ears as we left Castra Mabania behind and looked out over the locks before us. Comrades brave and true, they had come from all across Eorzea to stand with us, to stand against oppression and tyranny. 20 years the Empire had ruled us, but no longer. Liberty or death. Liberty or death.
All right, this is in fact the final stretch. Okay. All right, so here's how we're gonna do this, because we've already been here for 2.5 hours. We're gonna be after this cutscene, once before the next quest. We'll be splitting the VOD.
Son of Ala Mhigo, that I am grateful to each and every one of you for your part in this endeavor.
It just becomes a little hard to convert after 3 hours, and in fact becomes a little bit of a strain on hardware, if that makes sense, and even software. Interesting to see. Oh, I forgot about you, Sir Amric. It's been almost like half an expansion. I totally forgot about you.
Now, to the heart of the matter. The enemy appears content to remain within the city walls and await the inevitable siege. Open conflict has been sporadic thus far.
Right.
Whether Zenos is biding his time until reinforcements arrive, or attempting to bait us into a trap, none can say. We know better than to trust his word.
Regardless, we can ill afford to present Garlemald with a chance to ready her legions. It would be in our best interest to press for a swift resolution.
Mm-hmm.
A long siege wouldn't be good for the people in the city either. If food becomes scarce, you know who'll starve first.
Yep.
Just so. Therefore, I propose we commit our forces to an all-out assault. What say you?
Wow. How very aggressive. I actually kind of love it. Why is that on the table? I don't like it. I don't like it. I've seen too much TikTok. I've seen too much Project Melody.
Twould seem we are of one mind. Then let us proceed to the how of it. The immortal flames will form the vanguard, supported by the archers and the conjurers of the Order of the Twin Adder, under the Elder Seedseer's command. Once the main host has cleared a path to the walls, we will bring forward the artillery of the Maelstrom and the Temple Knights.
Right.
I would have your cannons pound the gates and punch a hole right through the middle of their defenses.
Yeah, Helm's Deep style. Yeah, get rid of the drain. Blast it open. Just wide open.
What about the resistance?
Your part will be to occupy the residential district and keep civilians out of harm's way. The people are more like to trust their own.
Of course. You can count on us.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that there is a second entrance to the city proper there. If all goes to plan, we will have secured 2 points of entry.
Mm-hmm.
Once both objectives are complete, we press on into the city, surround the palace, and hunt down Zenos.
Mm-hmm.
As for the Scions, you will be held in reserve as an irregular unit until we have more intelligence on your captured comrade.
Makes sense.
Kryle's rescue will be your primary concern, but I dare say we'll find a use for you once her freedom has been secured.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, General. I pray we find her quickly.
Rhalga's beacon nears its end. Soon, my friends, Ala Mhigo will be ours once more.
This is gonna be a really good climax. Oh, yeah, they're very proud that they took it. That's a lot of banners. Okay, before I move another step, I need to tune to this beacon. I need to do this aetheryte. Well, we're in the 69 quests, so we're getting close. Like, we have got to be in the last 10 to 15 at this point. We have got to be. And the players are assembled as is come last to drive the invaders from their lands. Our grandfather say if you are here with us today. And with that, thank you everybody for coming on out today. If you're on the stream, bear with me for just a second. We will be BRBing while I can go eat sandwich or otherwise food. But yes, thank you everyone for coming out. Oh, I tried to finish it in one, but it gets a little hard to convert these after about 2.5, 3 hours. Just a little bit of a system strain and a time sink. That being said, we will be finishing base Stormblood in the next one, going after that Zenos, if you will, and I'm very much looking forward to it. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you if you're on the KIP TV channel in the next one.